Frog God, frog God. All right. So you guys hear that horn sound out. The fog begins to thicken noticeably to all of you. You catch on to that. Thorad and Gidney, you guys can tell that the horn is sounding kind of to the northeast. So, yes, it was coming from closer to town. And what are you guys doing?
I will prepare a sleep spell, but I'm going to hold and wait until I find a target.
Okay. Seeing everybody starting to go into motion, you can tell something's happened, but you aren't certain exactly what cued them off to that, Krieg. And you get your arcane magic ready. What about you, Bellamere?
I think I'm going to be a little bit impatient and jump the gun. I'm going to head out into the field towards the trip lines, and I'm going to try to go and hide myself amongst that, kind of get into the grass and see what's going on. So I'm kind of abandoning our camp, unfortunately.
Okay. Gidney?
I mimic the sound of the battle horn with my battle pan flute and follow Bellamere in.
Okay.
With my basket in tow as I play.
All right, so they let out that deep horn sound, and then they you reply to it with a light-hearted forest pan flute. Thorad,
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
I'm getting ready to charge out of the tent, so I'm keeping an eye out. I've got the tent open just enough. I've got it propped open with basically a spike, just propped open just enough that there's a slit, and that I can be watching through it and be able to be ready to charge through.
Okay. The thick fog rolls around you guys, and as long seconds tick by, you guys, Gidney and Thorad, you guys begin to hear the sound of hoofbeats, and the three of you who made the perception check earlier, you hear another sounding of that horn.
The playing of the horn, is there any sort of discernible pattern to it? The reverie and such like that, there are certain playing
No, it's not.
It's like
not trying to trumpet out an order or anything. It is a single low one note.
Okay.
I repeat it with my pan flute, and I set my basket within arm's reach, pull out my sling and my purple lighted orb that I have, and I get ready to sling at whatever comes out of the fog. I hold until then.
Bellamere, as you're crouching down in the grass and sod that's nearby the traps that you guys have, Gidney pulls out the rock of light that you've given him, and the light begins to reflect back off the mist particles and kind of destroys your ability to see into the distance much.
But hopefully it'll be a beacon for them to come find us. That's what I'm thinking right now. Good job, Gidney.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm waiting with anticipation in the cold sod.
And Krieg, indeed, you will basically have that held action.
I'm tucked into that corner, so I want to be able to see and hear for approaching traffic, either coming from the east, that lane that runs east-west there in front of, or coming from the north, as if it would be coming through that trapped area. But I'm going to try and watch both areas.
Bellamere and Gidney, go ahead and give me your stealth checks.
The glowing rock?
It's mainly, there is light, but they're suffering from the same thing as you guys are. Can they make out the shapes, or is there maybe just somebody with a torch or something in camp right now?
So I think I'm hunkered down well enough that I can hide, but I will see what Gidney does.
Gidney glows.
Stealth is not Gidney's specialty by any means. Two of them ride up, and Bellamere and Gidney, as you guys are sitting there, this starts to loom out, is these two riders in the mist coming forward with a net. And they do spot Gidney, but they are unaware of Bellamere. Thorad, they're basically riding right up. They are going to trip onto the trip line that you guys have set up. I know I rolled them both as number 2, but one of them was number 1, which would be the first one. The second horse in the line gets fouled up in that and goes down. I'm going to make the other guy make another dexterity save. Let me go grab the riders. you have these, and this horse is basically kind of moves off real quick as mayhem has ensued.
That is a pretty cool piece of art, though.
I thought that was really an awesome piece of art.
Yeah, I like how, it's like, oh God, here comes a net.
Yeah, it's very dynamic and it's very ominous.
I know what you guys are talking about. All I see is Gibney's death in that.
All right. So yeah, the horses rode up. One of them took a bad spill when it hit the rope. The rope has basically been taken down because of it. But the riders that were riding forward, not really aware of your group at that point, but they were riding into camp with a net between them. The rider on the horse obviously went down, and because the other one was holding onto a net, he got ripped right off of his horse. And so you guys have two horses that are riderless, and two riders right at Bellamere and Gidney's feet. And we are continuing on.
And that would have made a hell of a racket.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and yeah, Krieg, you are absolutely aware. I don't know if you want to let off your magic at this point, or if you want to continue holding.
Yeah, so if someone fell, because Mayor and Krieg are not, Bellamere and Gidney are not that far away from me.
No.
So if a rider fell right there, Krieg will come up, and I don't believe sleep has a visual component to it, right? So it's not like it's going to be a light display.
No,
so I'm just going to kind of come up. Yeah, I want to come up and just right up to him and just sleep. And if I can get him asleep, I'm going to drag him into that tent that I'm right next to.
Okay. So you move up so you can see. So I figure you can probably be back 5 feet. From there, you can see Gidney's Rock, them being the source of the light and such, people flailing around. You see that area. Go ahead and roll your 5d8 for your sleep spell. You can click the D8 to pick it up and then just right-click 4 times to get 5.
Do I just go straight to the dice, or do I go to the spell?
This one's not set up, unfortunately, so just go straight to the dice.
All right, and then I pick up the D8.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's the 8 sided.
Drop it into the chat.
And then you can just right-click 4 times, and that'll give you 8 dice. Or 5 dice. 5 D8s.
Do I right-click it before I pick it up?
No, pick it up first.
After.
So hold it in your mouse and then right-click each time you get more.
Oh.
Isn't that cute? It's a cute little system.
All right, so 5d8?
Yep.
5d8, and then drop it.
And this is going to be the number of hit points that you can affect. And we have 22 hit points. And okay. Then in your sleep spell, on your actions page, if you hit the little spyglass there, and I have just done that, there's an unconscious effect. Do you see that? So you can grab that little walking man and drag it over to Raider 2.
On the map?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, I need to blow up the map so I can see it better. Which one is Raider? All right, so
he's going to be the closer one to Bellamere.
Did that work?
Unconscious to Raider 2. Yes. So we had 22. I don't think you're going to get Raider 1. Let me go find him in all of this. Raider 1. Yes, Raider 1 will have too many hit points remaining, but you have just knocked out one of them. And so,
did Bellamere and Gidney they have that effect, or it wasn't supposed to hit them? Could I target them?
Only if you choose to.
Oh, they've got guidance on them, which they probably shouldn't anyway.
Oh, that's guidance. Okay. I was like, I couldn't tell what that icon was.
Yeah, you can mouse over them and they will tell you at that point. So.
Oh, sure does. Okay.
Hecka has blessed us.
Okay. All right, yeah. So with him unconscious, with that guy unconscious, my intent will be to go and get as soon as I can, grab him and drag him away.
Sure. Let's say you can move up a little bit more. Do you want to be right in the face? Because basically your round's going to end at the end of that movement rather than being able to grab him and then move back.
Yeah, so I'm going to be right there.
Cool. All right. And that was Raider 2 was about to go, but he is now asleep. Thorad, there is a clamor and a clatter. The area is lit up with Gidney's rock. Your dark vision does decently here, but the mist by all means impedes that as well. But not very far off, you can see, and hear a man all of a sudden cursing out loudly in pain.
Charge the man. And so I'm going to zoom in because I want to be easier. So on Raider 1, I'm going to attack. So go to my actions, and I'm going to grab this. I'm actually going to be, I'm sword and boarding at the moment.
You have advantage. I don't know if that's what prone gives you, but I figured that's easier than the +2/+5s. And that's horrible.
Yeah, and that was the high of the two, obviously.
Right?
So, yeah, I swing, I charge out of the tent, I swing, and I apparently hit the ground because the mist is, I miscalculated for the mist.
There you go.
And I curse out in Dwarven. Need to be sparring with taller targets.
All right. The guy gets up and actually, you know what? Let me see him real quick. I was looking at his AC. Hold on a second. He's out too. Go ahead and drag the unconscious there. I was looking at their AC. Or no, that's their initiative. And thinking it was their hit points. I was wondering why they had so many. Thorad, you can see that they are both snoozing out. Suddenly, that they fell, they cursed loudly, and then suddenly they both just kind of zonked out immediately.
Is there a rider on that last horse?
The two horses that are down there are the ones that got tangled up. One of them didn't get tangled up, and so he kind of skittered away because it was like, what's going on there?
Okay. I would be waiting then.
Okay, that's fine.
I'd be waiting.
And so.
No wonder I missed that guy. He fell as I was trying to charge him.
Use any excuse you can.
Yep.
Okay. Kidney.
I cast jump on myself, and I want to jump on the horse. Screaming, "It's mine! It's mine!"
Okay. Jump. You touch a creature, and the creature's jump distance is tripled until the spell ends. Okay. I will say that you can quite easily jump up onto either one of the horses. One of them is on the ground, I'm assuming, and that's the closer one. But you could move and jump, basically, onto the other one. The one that is close to you is a brown and white in spots. The other one you cannot see. It is too covered in fog.
I will go for the mystery horse.
The mystery horse. Okay. Gidney jumps up onto that. Do you grab the reins, or are you used to just horses?
I'm used to not like a rope bridle kind of thing. These reins are very fancy to me.
Yeah. But you do understand that concept.
I get the concept, yeah.
Cool. Go ahead and give me your handle animal.
Certainly.
I don't know if that's something good or bad to ask from you.
Oh, dear.
It's wisdom-based. Good. I am so happy to see that is removed from charisma.
Where's my character sheet? There he goes. Okay, so handle animal.
Yep.
Animal handling is what they apparently call it.
Oh, maybe.
Cool.
Well, it is
Yeah.
fun.
You grab onto the reins and you're hollering, "It's mine! It's mine!" And the animal seems to accept your clear and dominant gnomish nature. Bellamere, you have two people snoozing next to you, and there's one horse that's still tangled up, and you can hear. Actually, no, you didn't make a high enough check to notice the approach of others.
So nothing else is. I don't see anything that's a target. So I'm gonna.
Not yet.
Okay, I'm gonna continue holding my action. I've got my warhammer out, and I'm waiting for something that is gonna be needing some correction.
Okay. Well, I will. It's mine. It's mine. So let's go ahead and say these two. Right up to here. One of them catches you, Gidney. They both kind of stop because all of a sudden, they're coming in and there's this tangle of horses and such. One of them notices you claiming one of their horses. The other one just pulls up short because there's a downed horse right in its path. He is seeing that he is going to try and net Gidney. So let's see.
I'll take my delay after them, by the way.
And he has Raider 3. Yes, he has gone. So let me go ahead and make him.
I forewarned them all that I'm a biter.
That you're a biter.
Oh.
If I can hear some sort of action happening over there, I'm going to toss off a fairy fire in that direction.
Oh, it's 5 feet away from you is where stuff is starting to happen. So you are right on it.
Let her rip.
Yeah. I'm going to
Green.
go ahead and let this guy off with his net attack at Gidney. Okay, Gidney, you are hit by the net.
Yeah!
Bellamere, you by all means have got action right next to you, and so you can go ahead and go.
I'm going to do a fairy fire just in front of me, 20-foot cube. I want to outline everything in green.
Okay. And how long does that last?
That will last until I stop concentrating, or up to 1 minute.
Okay.
And I'll take my delay after that.
You light up in the area. It cuts right through the fog. What's the effect of fairy fire? Is it advantage or something like that?
For the duration, objects and affected creatures shed a dim 10-foot light radius. Any attack roll against an affected creature has advantage.
All right. So yeah, you light up. There is in this space. You have 4 horses, one of which has Gidney on it. 2 riders that are still up. Gidney is in a net all of a sudden, which I am looking up real quick. What all I'm supposed to do to him.
I don't think I can move.
Well, my item's finally loaded, so I'll look it up here since... Net. There's a link for it. A creature can use its action to make a strength 10 check, freeing itself or another creature within its reach on success. 5 slashing damage will break you free. You are restrained.
I have other means of escape.
There you go. All right.
Net.
This is what I'm going to do.
Thorad, you're up.
Okay, I am going to charge out at the new guy that is fairy fired, and I have advantage on him.
Yep, and I'm even going to give you a reroll because I messed up and a lot has changed. So,
okay,
you go right ahead and attack him. If you are looking for the guy,
yeah,
that would be horse 3 is the closer one. That's the one that's netted him. So let me move. This person is actually on the horse, not on the ground, but I'm putting them by their horses.
Okay, so Raider 3 is who I'm rolling it on?
Raider 3, because that matches horse 3.
Okay. There we go. I hit. Let's do some damage. I bottomed out on damage.
Vowels connected.
Victory!
Yay! Steven, I don't know what's going
Mighty
on with
Mouse.
your thing, but welcome back. We missed you on the server. Okay, so I did bottom damage. So that's 5 points of damage on him, but I did it. And I am done with my turn. So
Okay.
turn complete.
You'll have to give me just a minute because since
Giving
the vowels
him
is actually connecting.
Yep.
There we go. Your damage just came through.
Awesome.
And you lay into him, and it is a pretty solid blow. So what's this look like, Alice?
And this was bottom damage for me, so I come in, I'm running, swinging, and I clip his leg, but I clip it hard, apparently. And I'm running in and whack in the fog. Clip his leg. And the leg seems to fit because, he's on his horse, so I clip up into his leg. But it's a...
Okay. And that was Raider 3.
And for some reason, I just feel like doing the Diablo 2 thing right now and smash my shield at him. Challenge him, smash my shield.
I have a better plan for this net. This is going to be fun.
Awesome. I can't wait to see. Okay.
Can't trap me, GM. You can't trap me.
Oh. This is gonna hurt, though, if, we keep
And
And who is next?
he's unconscious. That one. Bellamere, you are up again. Yeah, you've got that same scene in front of you that's illuminated well. Thorad, you should move closer to the horse.
Oh, yeah, thank you, sorry.
There you go. You've got Thorad engaged with one. You can see that Gidney is caught in a net that the guy has used. There's another horseman. They're 5 feet away from you, basically, is these two horsemen. And there's a horse struggling to disentangle itself from the rope trap that you guys set right at your feet.
Okay, so I guess one of them that has got Gidney in this in the net. I presume they've got some sort of ropes or some way to go and capture him. I'm going to go and attack one of them with a guiding bolt. And so that's a 46 radiant damage. And I'm going to go and let them know that this is Solanus's vengeance upon those that prey upon the disadvantaged.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and let loose an attack on him.
Okay. Oh, cool.
19.
You're actually even here. That is a hit.
I am indeed here. And now for 46 of radiant damage.
And you can just drag that over to Raider 3.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. You can always drag it after you roll it.
So that's 10. Well, I don't have the map up.
Oh.
And I don't want to mess with fate right now. That's crummy damage for 46.
Well, I just messed with fate on you.
Solanus is, oh, there we go.
And I will drag it over to the guy.
You're awesome. Thank you.
And yes, and he goes limp in his saddle. Gidney, all of a sudden you stop feeling the pull on the net that had wrapped around you. And so you can disentangle yourself from that without a problem, really. This horse basically gets up and, tries to move, out of the fighting action. I'm assuming people aren't fighting the horse to stop it.
I'm not.
All right. Thorad.
Okay, so the one that I'm engaged with is still alive, so I am going to beat him.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
That's who Bellamere just knocked out. All of a sudden, this bolt of light sizzled through the night air and struck the guy, and he just went limp in his saddle.
Okay.
Do you want him out of the saddle?
No, I want to go and step over and engage the Raider 4.
Okay.
He's
You
also
still have
fairy
advantage.
Fired. Yep, he's
Yep.
still fairy fired. So, oops, not the D20. Ah, that was the wrong thingy. Don't take that if it went through. Okay, cool. It didn't. Oh my gosh, I rolled terribly, but I hit.
You hit. You got a +6. That's pretty noteworthy.
Yay!
Okay. And you smack him, and he goes down as well. You guys hear some horses riding off into the night. That they take off after hearing basically the sounds of the loud fight. But you definitely feel like you took out the brunt of what you guys could hear moving around here. What are you guys up to? You have four horses, 4 horsemen. The horsemen are either sleeping or have been beaten into submission. The horses are untouched other than by Gidney claiming one.
I cast Longstrider on my horse and ride around in a circle.
I think maybe we should take them down to Mama Bobo's. There we probably have the resources to properly question them.
I think we should question them before we hand them over to the half-orcs, just in case.
Oh, I didn't say I was going to hand them over. I just thought maybe we'd have a few extra arms around to twist with. Something about those tusks generally scares them. I have no intention of turning them over to some half-orcs.
And I'll call you Francis.
But if you think
Got
that
these
we
2
have
prisoners, let's drag them down.
Now let's make sure that we get them tied up before they wake up.
I agree.
But I think you're right. The half-orcs are definitely a good choice. But should we try to question them now before we go and intimidate them with them? Say, drag them through the camp and bring them over there? That could loosen some tongues for sure.
Yeah, I think maybe we could. I'm actively tying them up. All 4 of them. All 4 of them.
All 4?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have 4? I thought we only had 2.
You slept 2, 2 other were beaten into submission.
Oh, beaten into submission. Okay.
So I'm tying up all 4 of them. Trying to be careful not to tourniquet them around the neck.
I'm going to turn to Gidney and say, could you round up the rest of these horses? Maybe you could get some for the rest of us.
I didn't cast Speak with Animal. I communicate with the other horses that these are your new friends and owners.
Nice.
You're telling Francis this?
No, Francis is mine.
He's talking to the other ones. There are 4 of us and there were 4 horses, so it sounds like we have a perfect matchup.
You guys quickly round up the horses.
I ask if Gidney can go and ask them what their names are. I'm sure he's just going to name them for us, but that's neither here nor there.
Yes. So the horse that comes up to Thorad's name is Pocket.
Pocket.
Green's horse, his name is Marcel. And Bellamere, your horse's name is Tito.
Oh, I never transferred my the other inventory outside. Not loading. Oopsies. I have my.
All right. Well, you guys have your horses: Francis, Pocket, Marcel, and Tito.
Okay, I've got Pocket. I'm going to throw the. Well, yeah. Let's see if we can wake that one up. I kick one of them, one of the ones that were put to sleep, rather than the ones we beat into submission. I'll throw the 2 that were beaten into submission over my horse, my new horse, because right now they're probably a little less likely to be woken up than the other 2.
Okay. All right, you kick him. He comes awake with a jerk and a gasp.
I have my
It's like somebody. It's kind of similar to if somebody had stuck their fingers into your nose while you were sleeping, except it's more a kick to the solar plexus as well as that.
Mm. So, I'm like, I'm with my face over him, my beard hanging out down over him, and I've got my axe blade, up near under his chin. My friends and I have a few questions for you. And then I like kind of sidestep with my axe blade still under his chin, and I say, Bellamere.
So, gentlemen, gentle person, what was your purpose tonight? It did not seem like you were coming to town for a beer, and I'd like to go and point out that we're not very happy with you.
So we're playing good cop and bad cop. Since I will give you the better of the diplomacy or persuasion, if that's what it is.
Persuasion.
Yes, persuasion, or of Bellamere, or intimidation of Thorad.
I'm just trying to assist him, so definitely.
I'm aware. I'll give you the better of.
I've got a +4 on my persuasion.
You're better than me on intimidation.
Okay. You have advantage because Thorad is going with that.
Go for it. Ooh, nice.
We was sent here to get people.
Get people, huh?
Yeah. Could you have your little stunty friend back that axe off?
I don't know.
I pressed up against him a little more, careful not to actually nick him when he calls me stunty.
You've already got it against his neck. There's not really more unless you are literally cutting him.
No, I'm not cutting him, but I'm going to put the pressure of the side of the blade, on his chest a little bit more. I'm pressing down rather than forward.
Okay.
My friend here is a barber. Sometimes he nicks.
I don't like.
We're going to
I
give
don't
you a
want
good clean shave after we're done with this, and we just want to make sure that it's going to be clean. And so, anyways, you're here to gather some people. Where are you gathering them to, and why? What do these people that you gather do? And why do you think that's okay? Hold on, I'll say it again. I'll use little words. What are you doing with the people? Why were you here?
We take them out to the woods, and there's a place that we put them. There's people there. We get paid for it. It's really just a job. I mean, it's nothing personal, I never figured that just because some pointy ears or some half pints got taken that real people would take offense to anything.
Real people, you say?
Yeah, human life.
Half this planet is real people, and they're not you. So, tell me about this place. This place in the woods. It sounds comfortable. I'd like to go on vacation there. And of course, we have no idea who told us where it is.
That'd be really great. By all means, I could tell you how to get there.
And
what? I'm sorry. I just fell off a horse, so maybe I didn't follow all the question.
I'll back my blade up just a teensy bit now that he's showing he's cooperating.
My friend here probably needs to go and sharpen the blade so that it gets a good shave. So it'll be a moment. But in the meantime, tell me about this vacation spot in the woods that I'd like to go visit that you don't know anything about and you haven't told us. So,
we've got a camp out there. We come here, we pick up some people, we take them out there. They go into the cave there. I don't really go into the cave, so I don't know a whole lot about what goes on in there. It's a different department sometimes. The people are brought out and they're marched away. I think they're taken to somewhere else and maybe sold or something.
I'm sharpening with my buttons.
So you go, shh.
Yep.
Sold, you say? Do you think that's right?
No?
I see.
Why you do it?
We all got to get paid. I mean, I'm certain it wasn't like personal when you took me off my horse and all. It hurt.
No, trust me, that was plenty personal. You stealing people, trafficking them, makes it pretty personal to me. I got a good job. I work for the Merchants Guild. I don't need to do this.
So, where would I find this camp in the woods?
I can tell you how to get there.
That would be really good.
Out with it.
Do you want like I ain't the best at drawing, but we head over to the woods towards the way that the sun rises from here. And sometimes the sun's up before we really get back there. When we come to gather people, when we come to pick them up, we always look for the right folks to get. And then in the woods, there's a tree struck by lightning or something. We look for that one. It's a pretty big one, and it's split with a bolt, but it still stands up. The left part that we come up to it points towards camp. You go up about 2 hills, and then you come to a clearing. In the clearing, there'll be a game trail that leads over towards camp, and that's close to a big hill, and it's a lot more clear around camp. There's a couple tents there and such. That's where we sleep.
How many guards?
Hold on for a moment, because we need to go and get that shave taken care of, and I know you're really impatient. You want to get back to drinking and doing the things you do in your evenings. Gidney.
If we're jumping over to Gidney, Gidney's been doing stuff, I see.
I'd like to ask Gidney, where does Francis get his food? And so what I'm looking for is, can Francis verify what our friend here that we're going to go and shave just said?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not going to be exact. It's hers. Anyways, Francis's description could very well be very different, but I'm hoping that it can go and, at least verify some of the landmarks and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep, Pex apparently has been asking the horse the same questions we've been asking, but more friendly.
Oh, nice.
He posted that a while ago.
Yeah, so I want to jump over to Pex, and with your speak with animals going on, what do you say to Francis?
I asked him the same questions they did, and then some other things such as, do you like working with taller folk that capture other folk?
I'm so happy because I get to go out and run sometimes. We play chase, our herd against another herd. Fun game. Will we play games, little one?
Oh yes, I like games a lot. Mm-hmm. How many more ponies are there?
Many. There are many ponies, many horses. Ponies are small. We are powerful warriors.
Big ponies, okay. What do you like to eat, big pony?
Apples and carrots are good treats. Oats, and some days we go out free ranging. We free range if we aren't going to come here to play games. We always take home the losers.
Where is home?
Home is in the forest. Walking through the forest is hard sometimes. The two legs aren't meant to ride on us in the forest lest they get hit by branches.
They funny.
Some of them try anyways. Me think that their soft feet not meant for it. They put strange hooves on their feet.
Do you know your way back to home?
Every horse knows the way back.
Francis says he could take us. I say in plain speak.
Well, that was
Krieg
easy.
Krieg's gonna be searching the other sleeping prisoner to see if he's got any kind of talisman or icon that might be a way that these bandits identify themselves with each other, since it seems like they might have such a large group, they may not be completely familiar with each other, and they might use iconography to ID each other.
Francis said there's more ponies as well.
Maybe tattoos or something.
Yeah, so I want to see if there's any identifying marks that these guys, I'll check the unconscious guys, see if they have anything that matches each other.
Yeah, I was going to recommend not just, not just one guy, but look at all of them, because sometimes it might be as simple as a sash that they all wear, or, a little trinket, and you wouldn't notice it normally until you see all of them. So.
And do these horses have saddlebags at all, or no?
They do not have the saddlebags on them at this point. Not all of them. Two of them have saddlebags. Two of them don't. But they've got saddles on them that these guys were riding. Francis says, "You too small ride on my back."
Nah.
The lazy chair won't fit you well.
Well, we'll just have to get one my size.
Things come that small? That like a woof woof riding me.
Yes, exactly. It'll be fun. It'll be a new game.
I like go fast.
I have special things that make you go faster.
You looking for what you are finding. Yeah, you find underneath their clothing, they have a little amulet of basically two manacles interlocked.
Okay, I want to start collecting those from all four of them. If it sees that they each have them, we're going to take them.
So, we're gonna turn these over to the to Mama Bobo, and head out before it gets too late.
I think that's a reasonable thing to do.
Look, Kidney can pass as your son, but the two of us, I think, Bellamere and I. Well, Bellamere, you can cover your ears. So you two can act like he's your son and I'm your prisoner.
He's not my real dad.
No, he's not. But you can pass as a child and not what they call a stunty. I don't think I can do anything to disguise myself, so I guess I'm gonna play prisoner.
You can shave your beard.
I grab onto my beard preciously. You never shave a dwarf's beard.
Why?
You just don't. It's like getting struck by lightning.
Bad.
Exactly.
It's like losing all your rocks.
Don't say it.
So, it sounds like our vote is to go put these prisoners with Mama Bobo, sorry. And it sounds like we are going to head off. I am a dwarf, so I believe that the warhorse is too big for me, just as it is too big for Gidney. But since I am going to be riding it, I'm going to leave at that point, leave the warhorse that was assigned to me with Mama Bobo's encampment and come back for it and deal with it later. But I'm going to basically ride like a prisoner, draped over the front of one of the other two's horses. It's going to be a kind of...
That is going to be a very bad
it's a long ride, isn't it? Yeah, long ride. So I'm going to sit in front of one of them and just let them drive, basically, until we get close. Then I'll flip over.
I want to go find something that makes me fit on the big pony.
Well, the shops are all going to be closed at this point. It is the middle of the night. Though you can definitely see that there's other parts of the camp that woke up a little bit from noise.
So, quick question for you. Was this the only group of raiders that attacked, or were there others that attacked other parts of the camp?
Well, let's go ahead and you guys head on over towards Mama Bobo's, and the lots of the half-orcs are up at this point. There's even more than when you saw them before. At this point, they all pretty much are strapped with weapons. The one that has never really introduced herself to you guys has her weapon in her hand rather than just armed and accessible. So you guys are bringing the prisoners to them?
Yep.
Okay. She looks at you guys and looks at the prisoners with a battle axe in her hand, and she says, "You have luck?"
Yep, 4 of them. They told us where they camped, too.
Good. Mama Bobo said that you will deal with them.
Plan. Don't suppose we can exchange this horse here for a pony. Any of you have one? I doubt it, though.
I have no need for ponies.
I'll just leave it here. Can you take care of it while we head out for a bit? And as I'm talking, I go up and I grab one of the prisoners, and I literally just lift him off and dump him on the ground. This is the one that's not pummeled to a pulp, though. The one that was under the sleep spell.
Okay.
So you're waking him up this way?
Wakey,
I don't know the
wakey.
duration on the sleep, but he might be awake by now anyways.
Okay, cool.
But I'm quite certain you guys have restrained him appropriately.
Yeah. Yep.
So
I need my two bits of rope back, though, before we head out. We can change that.
She smiles. We'll get you your rope back, and we will look after horse.
So, a quick question for the party.
Guys, these guys are yours to look after as well. Do with them what you will.
And what was your question, Bellamere?
My question for the party is: I've used all my spells. I think Gidney might have used quite a few.
I'm done, other than cantrips.
Do we want to do a long rest and then head out? And that might give Gidney a chance, or maybe these half-orcs could find him a saddle. Maybe they could rustle something up. I mean, we've dropped off 4 presents for them. Maybe we've got some leverage that we can go and ask them to go and do us a favor while we just kind of sleep for a couple of hours and get ourselves rested up, and then we can hit the trail right away.
So here's my concern.
I'd like to get
that.
sleep back.
So here's my concern about that. I agree that you guys all need sleep, but they did mention that it takes most of the night to ride there. and it's morning by the time they arrive at camp. If we take all that time and the raiders don't return, that might change the situation we arrived
Alice,
to.
you didn't get actually that information. That came from the horse, and Gidney said.
No, he said right. No, the prisoner said, and we mostly ride until it's light, and then we see a tree that's been struck by lightning, and so that's when I caught on to the fact that it's almost light time. He says basically that the sun's coming up.
Okay, I really thought that was the horse that talked about that.
That the prisoners mentioned that just before the lightning struck tree. So here's my pitch. You guys comfortable sleeping on a cart? Because I'll drive it until we get close. If it's going to take 6 hours or 8 hours to get there, I'll drive it through the night. I already slept earlier. But this way, we don't change the situation because they're expecting if we delay 8 hours, we might be in a much different situation if they suddenly don't have a delivery.
The cart idea.
You guys know that at least some horsemen you heard ride off.
Okay, so there were others. So they don't know whether these guys are returning or not.
Yes.
So that's actually they don't know. So I think that's helpful for us.
But but some of them may have also heard the trouble on the way out. And so if they get there before we do, or much longer before we do, and they realize that they have 4 missing, we might be in trouble. I'm just saying they might have more information than we're giving them credit for. So if we can find a cart, get you 3 to bed down on it while I drive most of the night, I've already slept through most of the afternoon in preparation for this. I'll get you guys up right before we get near. Huh? Sorry?
My only fear is that he said that they took game trails and such, and so the cart may not be useful for the entire route.
Oh, no, it won't, but I can get us close.
If we can go and get some rest in, that would be awesome.
Eh.
As long as Francis comes with us.
Francis can come with us. So
yeah, let's bring 3 horses with us, and then or hook our horses up to the wagon, and Gidney can tell them that it's a new game, and we should be good to go if we can borrow a wagon from the half orcs.
Yeah. And then when we start heading into dense forest,
Thorin come into town with a wagon.
Hey, Frog God fans, thank you so much for watching us today. Do you want to see more content? Make sure you subscribe and click that little bell button to be notified.
Don't forget to leave a comment about the content that you want to see on the channel. And if you want to keep up with Frog God Game releases, check out the links in the description below for Facebook, Twitter, and Discord.
And if you want to see more content from Brandon and myself, check us out on Babies with Knives podcast, where we focus on character creation, crash courses, and actual plays for a wide variety of tabletop role-playing games.
And everybody, remember, have fun in the pond.